Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marcy. Thank you for clicking on that thumbnail. Always showing up, showing your girl some love. So we're going to be talking about my most complimented scents of 2024. And you guys, on all these videos, you know, I don't do a lot of editing. So I am going to try not to say a bunch of ums and ahs today, okay? So please bear with me. I might be thinking a little bit longer. I will not be giving you all the notes to the fragrances, but some. But we are going to be talking about my most complimented fragrances of 2024. We're not going to talk about Ambrosia Imperial. I got so many compliments on that fragrance this year. Even Monte Casanat, I got so many compliments on that fragrance. I was thinking that I do a layering fragrance video with my most complimented, with my most complimented fragrances plus a Brown Sugar Babes layering duo. So I may do that. We're not going to be talking about like Guidance 46. I've gotten so many compliments on Guidance 46. We're not going to be talking about B540 because I wore B540 multiple times this year and I've gotten so many compliments. We're not going to be talking about the obvious Sospiro Dolce Melodia. I've gotten so many compliments on that fragrance this year. And of course, my amazing Kayali Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, because those are some of the fragrances that I wear all the time. But we're going to be talking about some that you all may not know of that I wore on Instagram or have shown a couple times, but I've worn them behind the scenes in 2024 on days around the house where I'm running errands to the store. I wear these to work all the time. So we're going to be talking about some fragrances that were most complimented a lot by my coworkers. I've worn them at least, all these fragrances, I've worn them at least 4 to 5 times. And they've gotten me massive compliments. So y'all, let's get started on some of my most complimented 2024 fragrances. I cannot wait to see what 2025 is going to bring. I will not be buying a whole bunch of fragrances in 2025. This is going to be my year of the declutter. It is going to be the year of making space, clothes, furniture, whatever it is in my home. Pray for us in California because as I am, or Los Angeles, because you guys know that I do live in Los Angeles, but as I am filming this, there is a huge disaster, fire, and we need relief and help in Los Angeles. I know they said that Canada was coming over to help us with some airplanes, but all of Pacific Palisades, hopefully Palos Verdes don't start. It's because I live right below Palos Verdes. All of Altadena, Pasadena, some of Hollywood areas, there are about 7 major fires. The wind has been crazy in California. So please, or in Los Angeles specifically, because California, San Diego's safe. Malibu, there's been some fires. So please pray for us. You know, there's going to be lots to recover. And you all just please keep us in your prayers. Be careful who you donate to, because at this point, with this disaster, there are going to be a lot of scammers and GoFundMe and things like that. But entire cities have burned to the ground. There is nothing left. So we're going to get on ahead. I am safe at this point. I may have to evacuate at a later date. I pray to God that I don't have to. But I hope, they said Friday, today's Thursday. Fridays, these winds will be over with, because these are like hurricane winds, y'all. I've never seen wind like this in California in my entire life. I was sitting in the car and literally the winds, I felt like it was an earthquake shaking my car. So let's just pray for us, you guys. Keep us in your prayers and your thoughts in Los Angeles. So getting back to these fragrances. So first, before we talk about this one, we're going to be talking about a new release, a 2025 release. I received this fragrance on January the 1st. And I was super excited because I had no idea that I was going to be receiving it. And sorry, it is by FLEUR, and this is called Golden Rule. So when I looked outside my door, UPS didn't knock, nobody said anything. I just looked out, saw a box, and I said, FLEUR? I said, okay, maybe it's the deodorant that they didn't send me last year. But lo and behold, I opened the box. I was like, what in the world is this? So had no idea that it was coming. So this is called Golden Rule, you guys. And the bottle is absolutely, let me shine the bottle up, because I've been wearing this and I've worn this to work already, gotten several compliments. So I decided to include it in this video as well. and I took it to work and they smelled it and they were in love. And this is my favorite FLEUR today. I do love Father Figure right behind this, but Golden Rule, it's for somebody that is going through their golden era. And I think maybe they knew that I was turning 50 or whatever it was. So they said, you know what? This is her golden era. Let us send her Golden Rule, okay? So like I said on my reel on Instagram like 4 or 5 days ago, the golden rule to life is to mind your business and drink your water, except in disasters like this. You want to help, okay? So this is so good. It's fresh, it's bright, it's solar, it's vibrant, and this is going to be most amazing. I've worn this, yes, because I'm in California. And as you know, because of these fires, we do not get very much rain. It's not cold out here. It's about 70 degrees. So I can wear this fragrance 365. But if you are in a colder state or a country, then I would say this fragrance is most, it will probably project more in the spring and the summer. Okay, so in Golden Rule, I'll give you the notes. The bottle is absolutely stunning. This came with a 10 ml travel in which my daughter took, of course. In here, you have your pear, mandarin, pink pepper, coconut. There's coconut milk, sorry. Orange flower water. Like I said on my reel, I think it's kind of like rose water. Maybe they take a bunch of orange flowers, you know, from the orange tree, like petite grain, neroli, all parts of the orange flower, and just let them soak in water. And the residual is the water, okay? Jasmine, I don't know. Jasmine, vanilla, benzoin, and sandalwood. So now you do get a dose of jasmine in here, especially in the dry down. It is not a heady jasmine. It's not a heavy jasmine, but you definitely get that orange blossom, orange flower nuance, even though they said it's water. You get that bright, juicy, zesty pear in the opening, mixed with a little bit of that benzoin and vanilla. It's creamy. It is absolutely gorgeous. And it definitely is a very familiar scent when it comes to the designer lane, because I smelled some residual of designer fragrances that almost gives me similar vibes of this, maybe like Alien, but the jasmine is not like that. Like Goddess, Alien Goddess Intense, not as much vanilla, but you definitely get that jasmine from the Alien, on top of a creamy coconut, a beautiful vanilla, and the freshness. I was most excited about the mandarin and the pear in the opening. Pink pepper makes it sparkling, fresh, a little spicy for about maybe an hour or so, and then it dries down to a beautiful jasmine, golden orange flower nuance with that benzoin scent, that benzoin and vanilla. This is absolutely gorgeous, but if you like it's feminine leaning for me, but anybody can wear what they want to wear. If you like that nuance of orange flower, a little bit of jasmine, a solar, vibrant, fresh scent, then you're going to love this one. The pear doesn't last super long, but it lasts about 2 hours on my skin. And then it turns to a beautiful solar, vibrant, golden floral scent. That's gorgeous with a little bit of vanilla, okay? But yeah, it's a little creamy. It's a beautiful fragrance. And yeah, I love it. But most of all for the spring and the summer, you all. So I think I did not leave anything out. The pink pepper, if you're not a huge pink pepper fan, it just makes it very fresh and very vibrant. And that is Golden Rule, the new Golden Rule by FLEUR. So let's get on to these reviews, okay? So the very first one that I'm going to chat about, it was so complimenting. Now, I tested this. I took this to work. I tested it. I worn it twice. I've tested it maybe 5 to 6 times. And initially, I bought a sample of this fragrance, which I left somewhere and I don't have. But anyway, we're going to talk about the full bottle. So you guys know that I've raved and raved for years about Scents of Woods Plum and Cognac. Well, love, love, love Plum and Cognac. This is definitely one of my most complimented fragrances, but not for 2024, okay? Because I've had it for about 2-3 years. So now I heard that they were coming out with an apricot and cognac. I love an amazing apricot fragrance. I have another apricot fragrance we're going to talk about next. And my coworkers loved it. It's so complimenting every time I wear this. across the board, men, women, everybody loves this next scent that we're going to talk about. But for now, we're going to talk about my scent of the day, which was most complimenting in 2024. And the best, this to me, I feel like this was my best blind buy. And this is Apricot and Cognac 2024. Now, in here you have some sesame, you have apricot. It does not list any boozy notes, but this smells very boozy. And almost smells like a Lambrusco or a champagne on top of like a little bit of a rum. But there's not carrot seed, there's sesame, there's apricot, there's benzoin, there's sandalwood, there's some juniper berry in here. So literally this fragrance is my favorite apricot fragrance. It smells like the most ripened, juicy apricot with a little bit of tanginess. You get a bit of fuzziness from the skin, like the smell of the fuzzy apricot skin. Boozy. Now it does list the note of sesame in here, but I don't get a huge nutty like sesame note in here. It just, to me, it adds to the creaminess because I do love a lot of sesame fragrances. Les Eaux Primordiales was one of them. Ombre Supermassive is amazing when it comes to the sesame nuance. Also, you have Mr. Thompson's the Omnipotent Mr. Thompson Penhaligon's. I purchased that one because of the sesame note. I do love the note of sesame, but this doesn't have a heavy sesame note in it. It's just more of a creaminess. Now, the apricot in here, if you want a realistic, juicy, boozy, slightly tangy fragrance, then you need to try this one. Obsessed. And y'all, this smells so good. It makes my mouth water, okay? So apricot and cognac, Scents of Wood, my best blind buy of 2024. I don't know if I'm going to do a review on that one, but y'all, this one's in the top, and it was the most complimented fragrance of 2024 as well. So get your nose on that. When I purchased it, you could not buy a 10 ml travel, but I think you may be able to buy one now. They sent me the 10 ml travel, which I pretty much wore half of that because this apparently the bottle had to mature, macerate, all that good stuff in those beautiful barrels. So the sample, the 10 ml sample, was for me to wear while my fragrance was maturing. All right, so the next one we're going to talk about is one that I took over to Dubai. Now, I've gone through a travel of this fragrance already that I wore in Dubai. And I've gone through 2 samples, a travel. I was like, Marcy, go on ahead and buy the fragrance. I was like, do I need another rose oud fragrance? I do. I really do. Especially when it holds the note of passion fruit inside on top of this gorgeous bottle. This bottle looks like marigold. So this bottle is what attracted me initially. You guys know this is Victoria Beckham's San Ysidro Drive. I know you guys like, what's the name? Victoria Beckham San Ysidro Drive. I do have her new vanilla fragrance. I'm going to do an updated review on the 4 fragrances that she has. So you guys know I've talked about Portofino to death. It's a beautiful tropical citrusy woody fresh fragrance, amazing for the spring and the summer. And San Ysidro Drive, I remember when I went to the Cali event, and I wore this the day that we had the Amouage Cali collaboration over in Dubai. And then, you guys, I'm always around Sebastian. When I walked up to Sebastian, he was like, what do you have on? You smell amazing. I was like, oh, it's Victoria Beckham San Ysidro Drive. He was like, I've never heard of that before. I said, oh, yeah. I said, she has like 3 fragrances out. At the time, she had 3. And then she came out with a vanilla that I ordered before I went to Dubai, but I didn't receive it until I was in Dubai. So anyway, this one, you guys, a beautiful creamy rose oud. It doesn't smell like any other. It definitely gets that rose oud nuance, but with the passion fruit, it's absolutely stunning and I love it. I wore this in Dubai for a couple days. So complimentary, and Sebastian loved the smell. He kept saying like your sillage is all over the nuance, and I think I sprayed the travel that I had maybe about 6 or 8 times. But several people that day loved San Ysidro Drive by Victoria Beckham. How could I not take a rose oud to Dubai with a little bit of passion fruit? It's dark, it's deep, it's rich, and I love it. And it's a different type of rose oud, but you guys, it's a little tangy, it's a little green, but I love this stuff. And I'm super happy to have it now in my collection. So far I have 3 Victoria Beckham fragrances. The vanilla one, it smells like a baking vanilla with some tobacco and smoke. This one, I forgot the name of it. I think it's called 2150. 2150 something, and this one is San Ysidro Drive, and then they have Portofino that I love. So the next one we're going to talk about, of course, this one has been one of my most worn fragrances in the summer, hence the dent. I do have a 100 ml bottle of this one, but this was the very first one that I purchased over 2 years ago. Or yeah, it's been about 2 years. In the summer, it makes for 2 years. In 2023 that this was released. This is ex Nihilo's, one of my favorite ex Nihilo's, Blue Talisman. The pear, the Akigala wood, the ginger in here, it is gorgeous. I think there's a note of orange blossom. It is fresh, but that Akigala wood in here, you guys, this is in a top 10, a top 20, okay? I don't want to do a top 10. This is a top 20 for life. So get your nose. Actually, it's a top 10. Blue Talisman is one of my most complimented fragrances. More towards the summer, I did take a decant over to Dubai. I think I wore this like once, but it's spicy, it's woody, it's fresh. You get that ginger. I think there may be some pink pepper, but there's a fresh pear in here. But the Akigala wood in this fragrance is the star of the show. You all get your nose on Blue Talisman. Most loved by everybody. I gave one of my doctor friends a travel size Blue Talisman, and he came back to me. He said, you know that fragrance that you gave me in that blue atomizer? He said, yeah, because I only gave him one with a blue atomizer. I said, yeah, that one's Blue Talisman. He said, I wasn't sure about it when I initially sprayed it in the opening. He said, but I am in love with that fragrance right now. He let me smell his hand because he wore that as his scent of the day, and he was in love. But you cannot go wrong, man, woman, whoever, with that fragrance. It's unisex across the board. The next one we're going to talk about is one that I told you, it's a beautiful unisex apricot fragrance, and this gives you more of an apricot and a suede nuance. It also has, I think, beeswax, or not honey. I think it has beeswax, apricot. There's a suede or leathery nuance that gives it a suede nuance, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And I get so many compliments on this fragrance when I wear it to work. And this is by Oman Luxury. It is so freaking good, you guys. This is BELFIORE. Hands down, this is my favorite one from the house. Now, this definitely gives a similar nuance of Vavavoom by Penhaligon's. Maybe that's why I love it so much, because Vavavoom has apricot and a suede in there as well, but it has more of white and yellow florals. I think it's brighter, it's a little juicier. This one is a little more subdued. It's more of that fuzzy, peachy apricot with a suede and that beeswax that's making it a little balmy, y'all. This one is gorgeous. I love BELFIORE. It's a little sweet, vanillic, balmy, beeswaxy sweet. BELFIORE by Oman Luxury. This is my favorite one by the house. I do love Paramore, but Paramore has a little bit of a leathery nuance, and I think there's passion fruit in Paramore as well. And there's one with a honey note in it. Incense. It's incense something, and there's a honey note in there as well. Smells very Middle Eastern, okay? But BELFIORE is my favorite from the house. Get your nose on that. We're going to talk about another musky smelling molecular scent, and y'all check out the dent. And this is by my favorite Middle Eastern fragrance house aside from Kayali, and this is Emirates Pride. Peaceful Life, y'all. Look at the dent, okay? Look at the dent. I love layering with Peaceful Life. It's musky, it's fresh. There's osmanthus, there's musk. I think there's some woody notes in here as well. This one it's absolutely beautiful. It's a little zesty, woody, like a fresh white woods, musk, some osmanthus. It is absolutely gorgeous, but it smells like, if you like fragrances like Another 13, then you're going to love Peaceful Life. But Peaceful Life, just imagine Another 13 with some osmanthus and a little more musk. That is what Peaceful Life is. But I actually love this one, Peaceful Life, more than I do love Another 13. This one, as you can see, I pick up a lot more. I love this one on its own as well. And I also love this one for layering as well. So get your nose on Peaceful Life, Emirates Pride, okay? Let's talk about another one from the house of Emirates Pride as well. And this one is Masters. And you guys, so they recently invited me over to a release party for another version of Masters. I can't go. I cannot go to Dubai, and they were not willing to sponsor me, so I couldn't go. But I love Emirates Pride fragrances. There is a review coming across the board. I just need to wear a couple of the fragrances that I got over in Dubai a couple more times, and then we're gonna do the review, because before I do a review, a house review, I love wearing all the fragrances at least twice, or at least sitting, testing them all day long, you know, or testing the fragrance as I sit around the house. I don't have to get compliments on it, but I do have to wear it a couple times. Masters, when I tell you how many compliments I got on this fragrance, it is gorgeous. But like I said, there's something to Masters that's giving me a jamminess. It almost smells like a bit of a rose to me, but you get that cardamom, you get some chocolate or cacao in here. You guys, it is gorgeous. It's juicy. I'm almost getting something jammy, like I said. Pink pepper, cardamom, cacao. It's a little powdery. I'm loving it. This one is in my top 5 gourmands for life as of now. But if you love a light, airy dusting of cacao, a warm cardamom, it's giving me a little bit of a background of like a velvety rose, even though they said there's no rose in here. Some pink pepper. It is stunning. I love Masters, and they are coming out. This is Natalie Lorson and Olivier Cresp, and they are coming out with another one, you guys, and I need to get my hands on it. So I'm hoping that the brand send the next, I don't know if it's a flanker, but it's Master something. I'm hoping that they send it my way. I'm super excited. The release party or launch party is going to be on the 25th in Dubai, but I'm not going to be able to make it. I looked at tickets, but they're a bit expensive. I won't make it back in time. So, but I'm super happy. Get your nose on the original Masters. I have not smelled the new release. I don't know if this is a flanker or a Parfume or an extrait, but whatever it is, it's coming out, and I'm super excited. So soon. It's not on the website yet. Hopefully I was okay with telling you guys that. So anyway, get your nose on the OG Masters. The next fragrance, I got so many compliments on. My coworkers, I've worn this all year long. A little did. My coworkers are obsessed. People around me, everybody that smells this fragrance are obsessed. And yes, this is by Christian Provenzano, and this is called Roca. All of his fragrances are masterpiece, okay? He is the most amazing master perfumer, but I absolutely love Roca. I actually contemplated buying a backup bottle of Roca. That is how much I love this. Now, this does give you a molecular, slightly airy B540 nuance. But y'all, the caramel in here, the raspberry, the mandarin, the citruses, like, I'm throwing B540 away because I probably will never ever wear that again. But this is absolutely, it's so delicious. But like I said, that raspberry and that caramel is citrusy, molecular, fresh, a little zesty in the opening. But then that caramel dries down, the raspberry dries down, and it comes out more on your skin, and it is stunning. I love Roca. My coworkers keep trying to say, Marcy, can we find this anywhere cheaper? I'm like, you guys, I don't know. On the website, you can get like a 10%, but other than that, I do not know where you can find Roca at a discounted price. But I'm literally still thinking about buying a backup bottle of this fragrance. It is just that good. Roca, get your nose on it, by Christian Provenzano, and the caps and the bottles are absolutely stunning. But I want to wear this fragrance out, like literally. It's just that good. So the next one we're going to talk about is an oldie but goodie, but I get so many compliments on this fragrance. And if you like a beautiful citrus, rosy, orange blossom, this is one of my favorite Ormanjanes, and this is called Levant. If you like a orange blossom, it's giving a little bit of a Love Don't Be Shy, a ex Nihilo's Fleur Narcotique with some rose, with some juicy watery rose and some mandarin. But it's powdery, it's sweet, it's juicy, it's elegant, it's sophisticated. This could be a bride's fragrance. Anybody that is getting married or think about getting married or engaged, meeting in-laws, this is an all-around good girl, pretty girl bridal fragrance, and I'm loving it. Levant. This is full bottle worthy. Get your nose on it. It's a beast. The performance is amazing, and every time I wear this, I get tons and tons of compliments. Not even on the 2 new fragrances I bought this year by Orangeriie. Those are very nice, but this one here, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful, you guys. Levant, get your nose on that one. So the next one, of course, I literally bought 2 bottles of this. They sent me a backup bottle, and I ended up keeping my beautiful backup bottle because Kiali loves me just that much, and I love them even more. So they sent me a beautiful box of their wedding collection, and then they put my picture in there, you guys. Like, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get this because they sent it out to a couple people, but those people were married or they were getting engaged. Y'all not gonna make me cry, but anyway, Kiali, they're always thinking about me, and I appreciate them so much. Anyway, even though I'm not married, they sent me a picture. They sent me that box with my picture of Niagara Falls inside. So anyway, just a very touching moment, and I love it. That's why I love them so much, because they really love their community. So anyway, y'all, Kiali Silk Santal. Like, I bought 2 bottles, and I gave one away to my coworker because every time I wear this fragrance to work, she loves it. I get more compliments on this fragrance from men, the ladies too, but men. This is a man attractor, you guys. Every single time I wear this, I get compliments from at least 3 to 4 men when I wear this to work or when I wear this out. I don't know if it's the musk. It's the nectarine, it's the sugared, crystallized, peachy musk, nectarine, whatever it is in this fragrance. It's the vanilla, whatever it is. I bought my daughter this bottle, and then I ordered 2 more backup bottles, which I've already given away, you know, but they're always so gracious. They sent me that beautiful package. So I said, Marcy, why not give these bottles away that you purchased? So yeah, the Kiali send me stuff, but I love supporting them as well. So I do purchase backup bottles that I usually end up giving away, okay? Anyway, this is the wedding. This belonged to the wedding collection, Silk Santal. There's freesia in here that makes it super fresh. It's very sparkling. There is a lush nectarine in here, like I said, sugared musk, sandalwood. It is beautiful, very feminine leaning, sweet vanillic nectarine fragrance, and it almost gives me vibes of Deja Vu White Flower. So if you've never smelled Deja Vu White Flower, let me wipe my face, and you love this one, then you could safely blind buy Deja Vu White Flower. It is one of my very first, actually my first Kiali was Elixir 11 with that patchouli, apple, and rose. It's juicy. If you like patchouli, then you're gonna love that one. It's earthy, sweet, juicy. One of my favorite, not only patchouli, but my favorite apple fragrances, you guys. So anyway, Silk Santal, get your nose on the wedding collection. So the next one we're gonna talk about is Jazz by my friend Zernel Gilly. Like, I had people coming up to me, doctors coming up to me in the hospital, like, what do you have on with this fragrance? And we're also going to talk about another one. Doctors coming up to me in the hospital also with juice box, okay? Very, very weird moments with these 2 fragrances when it came to compliments from doctors, but I love them just the same. And it's so funny because on both occasions, you guys know that I love taking my fragrances to work. On both occasions, the doctors, I had them in my bag so the doctors were able to smell them. But I got so many compliments on this fragrance when I was in New York, when I went to the coffee shop in New York, when I was in the hotel in New York. This kind of reminds you of Not Jazz Club by Mason Margiela, but it gives you, sorry you guys, got the sweater on and it's warm in here. So this gives you aspects of a boozy jazz club. There's some citruses in here. It smells boozy, but there's no alcohol note in here. I think there's a tobacco note in here. It's woody, it's fresh, it's boozy, it's warm, it's ambery, it's juicy. and it's gorgeous and it's fruity. You guys, this fragrance right here, get your nose on Jazz Club, get a sample. Zernil Gilly sells Travels. I think they come in a kit of 3. So 3 of my favorites are hip hop, house, and jazz. So I encourage you to buy the Travels first. These are 30 mLs. This is I think they are 40% oil concentration, but jazz is gorgeous, and get your nose on house and hip hop as well. Anyway, most complimentary, tons of compliments in California, Los Angeles, and in New York, and at work. You guys, get your nose on this fragrance. Also, so another one of my most complimented fragrance, and people say when I wear this, I asked somebody, what do I smell like? Because they were like, oh, you smell so good. What is that? You walked in and you lit the whole unit up. You smell so good. I was at the bank and somebody gave me a compliment on this one as well. And this is Juice Box 54. You guys, Juice Box 54 smells like a Middle Eastern tropical vacation to me. It has that warm, spicy patchouli in here that gives you a little smoky too, that gives you that Middle Eastern, like that dark Middle Eastern vibe. Just imagine you're sitting in the Middle East in Dubai on Palm Jeremie, or I think it's called Jeremie. Palm Jeremie, I should know because I was there, on Palm Jeremie with a pina colada in your hand, and they put some chocolate shavings over the pina colada. You guys, I'm obsessed with 54. This is a Juice Box fragrance with the creative direction of Sebastian, the perfume guy. It is gorgeous. It's dark. It's boozy. It's chocolatey, it's vanilla-y, it's all the E's, it's boozy, it's all the E's, y'all. Anyway, I love 54. This is my favorite juice box. You guys know initially I only have 3. I have Sirens and Sailors, I have Karaoke Heart. So initially Sirens and Sailors was my favorite, but juice box 54, then Sirens and Sailors, and then Karaoke Heart. But y'all, this one is stunning, unisex, but you gotta love a warm, spicy patchouli, that slight gourmand leaning from the vanilla and the chocolate or the cacao in here. I'm loving it. I don't know if there's cacao in here or if it's that that patchouli giving it that chocolate cakey vibe, but the pina colada in here I love. He did an amazing job on this fragrance. Sebastian, congratulations. And yeah, this is my favorite juice box today. So the next one we're going to talk about, tons of compliments on it, a little bit of a dent, and I wore this in New York as well. I've worn this to work. All my coworkers, every time I wore this, the doctor walked up to me. It was a weird situation. She was like, you smell amazing. I was like, yeah, I have on 54. I let her smell it. She said it smells amazing. And people were saying that I smell like money with this fragrance. And yes, it smells like money. This fragrance makes you want to buy a backup. I ended up having a backup of this one. I got it in Dubai, but I gifted it to my beautiful, lovely friend, Ahmed. And he absolutely loves it, okay? So this one is Lattafa's Teriak Intense. I was not sure about this. This fragrance was not a love upon first sniff, but it was a love upon first dry down on my skin. Initially, there was something annoying me in the opening. I don't know if it was like a citrus or whatever it was, but y'all, this is so good. It's boozy, plum, woods. It literally reminds me of plum and cognac, my sense of woods, mixed with Lattafa's, what is the fragrance in the cube? It's a Lattafa fragrance as well, but it reminds, not Teriak, this is Teriak Intense. It reminds me of the one that's in the cube that everybody says is the dupe of Angel Share. So it reminds me of that fragrance. Put it down in the comments or whatever if you remember. It reminds me of plum and cognac plus Camera. That is what it is, y'all. It reminds me of a mixture of plum and cognac and Camera. But there is something clean about this fragrance. I don't know why I get laundry, like fresh sheets from this. There's something in here that gives it a fresh projection or a fresh throw. Somebody also said to me at work, they were like, Marcy, I like that scent and you smell clean. And I said, yeah, I get something clean from this one as well. But anyway, it's a booty. It's a boozy, spicy, woody plum scent, but it smells clean and some citruses. So Teriac Intense is my favorite from the two Teriacs. I do love them both. But this one is bomb.com. Okay, so if you like plum and cognac, if you like a boozy, just imagine throwing plum and cognac on top of Camera. If you like Camera mixed with a plum, most likely you're gonna love this fragrance here. So the next one we're gonna talk about is Guidance. Tons and tons and tons and tons of compliments with Guidance and Guidance 46. Everywhere I go, I wore the hair perfume to work and people kept following me around. And that was with the hair perfume. I took this to work. Everyone was obsessed with smelling this. Men love this. I wear Guidance with Kayali's Vanilla Oud from the Oudgasm. Y'all, it is the most amazing layer. So get your nose on Guidance. This is the top, I would say top 3 or 5 complimented fragrances of 2025. Guidance and Guidance 46, both. So now we're going to talk about a new one that I wore in New York, and everywhere I wore this, I got compliments. This is by Attar Al-Haz, and this one's called Skin Musk. Now, there are tons and tons of fruity notes in this fragrance. There's also a peachy vibe in this fragrance. There's peaches. I'm just going to give you what it smells like because hopefully we're going to do a separate review on this fragrance. So there's rose in here. It smells irisy, peachy, fresh. It gives you a little bit of a mimosa, rose, powdery vibe, but the musk in here is outstanding. I'm not going to talk about this too much because we're going to do a separate review on here. So if you love a musk, it almost gives me vibes of Ex Nihilo's The Sweetest Morphine, not necessarily sweet morphine because it's not as much mimosa or lilac as in sweet morphine, but it gives me sweet. The Sweetest Morphine is a little more tamed, and I do have both sweet morphine and the Sweetest Morphine. So it's giving the Sweetest Morphine with a little airy, fresh rose and a lot of musk. Complimentary. I went to a Elementals party with this on. I got tons of compliments. I wore this in New York. I got tons of compliments. Love their bottles. I spoke about this on Instagram. This is Skin Musk by Attar Al-Haz. Hopefully I can get a discovery kit so we can talk about, they got some new releases as well. But you guys, this fragrance house, you need to get into Attar Al-Haz Skin Musk. One of my favorite musk fragrances in my collection. I love Kayali's musk as well. It kind of gives you that Kayali musk as well. So if you like that Kayali musk with a little bit of fresh, airy vanilla, powdery mimosa like rose, then you're gonna love this. Loads of vanilla and loads of musk. Attar Al-Haz Skin Musk. They love this stuff as well everywhere I go, especially work. Another one of my favorite, or one most complimented fragrances, and it's not even Soie Maliki. They love Soie Maliki, but they also love Jardin de l'Oranger, okay? This one is absolutely gorgeous. Love, love, love Jardins de l'Oranger. This is a beautiful, creamy, milky. I'm not even going to say creamy. It's a beautiful, milky orange blossom, and this fragrance is a beast. I cannot spray this fragrance more than 4 times. And I contemplated buying a backup bottle at the time that I purchased this. I did have a sample, a 5 ml sample that I was working on that I wore. But this one, you guys, I've worn this at least 4 to 5 times this year. But literally, when I tell you, do not overspray this fragrance. My fragrances have been sitting for almost 1.5 years now, or 2 years, maybe. When did I buy this? Did I buy this last? I can't remember when I bought this, but anyway, This one is a beautiful milky petite grain, gives you Centra vibes slightly, but it's not as sharp and green. But the orange blossom in here and the milk, and there's caramel in here as well. You guys, gorgeous, gorgeous. So this is like my second favorite Dries Van Noten fragrance. I love Rock the Myrrh. I got to do an updated review because you guys know I got 2 from the new collection as well. But this one, if you love a milky, creamy, caramelly orange blossom fragrance, you're going to love Jardin's de l'Oranger, okay? Gorgeous and a difficult name. So the next one we're going to talk about is Chaos. Look at the dent, y'all. Look at the dent, and I've already gone through a 50 ml of this fragrance. So this is, y'all, the musk in here and the musk in here are very similar because there's a pink musk in here. Oh, this is so good. Oh, this is so, so good. Strawberries. This is competing for the #1 spot of my Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. I don't know which one I love more, this one or Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, but I love them more. Or Silk Santal. Silk Santal, I guess, would be my #2. But this one and Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper are running mates for the first place, okay? The musk in here, they're the same. And that's probably why I love Skin Musk so much, because I smelled this one in Dubai before I smelled this one in New York, and I was obsessed with the Skin Musk. But this one, you get the fresh, it smells like fresh strawberries, marshmallow, freesia, strawberry. It's very ethereal, fresh, pretty, dainty, and just stunning. I love, love, love this stuff. And this is Yum Bougie Marshmallow. Yes, this, I don't even want to consider, I guess you can consider this a floral gourmand. This would be in my top 3 floral gourmands. Not necessarily a heavy, sticky, sweet gourmand, but I love this floral gourmand. We have to do another series on floral gourmands as well, maybe for the spring, y'all. So anyway, there's freesia, strawberry, pink marshmallow, there's coconut, oh, there's whipped vanilla and pink musk. So I wore this last week to work. I almost dropped it last week to work, and I layered it with Disumano Morph because it has a tuberose and a coconut in there. I also layered this when I first got home with Blanche Bette. I loved it with Blanche Bette, but I loved it more with Disumano Morph. When I tell you, I got tons and tons of compliment. They're like, you smell pretty, you smell fresh, you smell fluffy, you smell good for men and women. Disumano Morph has that coconut in it because I don't get coconut from this fragrance. I don't at all. I get more of a marshmallow dust, sweet, pink crystallized musk, and strawberry, like a strawberry milkshake. And with the Disumano Morph, added a little more like tuberose to it and coconut, creamy sweet coconut to it. It was gorgeous. So that's good. That's been my favorite layer with this fragrance so far. Let me know if you guys want me to do a layering video aside from the Navitus fragrances that I told you I was going to layer. This video is getting a bit long, so I need to hurry up. So the next one is another beautiful orange blossom smelling scent, but I'm not sure if it has orange blossom in there, but it smells like it. This was released last year, because this is 2025, y'all. Happy New Year. This was released at the beginning of 2024. This is called Sweet Botswana by Mystery Watermark. This is a beautiful, it smells like orange blossom, caramel, and some citruses, and I love it. And there's some like lush woods in here. It is intoxicating. It's beautiful. It's fresh. Every time I wear this, somebody says I smell like a sugar cookie. It's definitely giving sugar cookie vibes and orange blossom, caramel, and some beautiful citruses. Every time I wear this, Daniel from Mystery Watermark did an excellent job on being the creative director of this fragrance. It's feminine, it's sweet, it's gorgeous. Yeah, y'all, compliment getting. I think May and I, when we wore this, we went through like half of a bottle because we shared a bottle while we were on vacation. You guys, she was obsessed with this. This is addicting. You can't stop like spraying this fragrance once you smell it. Like I said, Every time I wear this, they tell me like somebody smells like, it almost smells like a sugar cookie with an orange zest on there with some orange blossom or orange flower. It is gorgeous. Sweet Botswana by Mystery Maudemars. Get your nose on it. One of my most complimentary fragrances of 2024. Next is Bal d'Afrique by Byredo. Everyone loves Bal d'Afrique on me. I love it on everyone. Everyone loves it on me. It's fresh. It's woody. It's one of the most complimentary work non-offensive fragrances that you can wear. Bal d'Afrique has the citruses, the black currant. It's juicy, it's woody from the vetiver, makes it a little earthy, but I love this. I love smelling it on everybody, and I love smelling this on me, and I get tons of compliments when I wear this fragrance. This is one of my top complimentary fragrances. I would say I've worn this to work at least 4 or 5 times this year or last year, and this is most complimentary. I actually gave a dupe of this fragrance away, and I was like, what do you have on today? And they told me what the dupe was. I was like, you know what? Man, I need to wear Bal d'Afrique again, and it keeps me wearing it over and over and over again. But love this. Complimentary, non-offensive, clean, fresh, woody, juicy, earthy, slightly fruity, and amazing. Bal d'Afrique by Byredo. The next one is FLEUR NARCOTIQUE. Everybody loves FLEUR NARCOTIQUE on me. Everybody likes FLEUR NARCOTIQUE in general. It's one of my favorite musk fragrances with a peach. It's intoxicating. This would also be a beautiful bridal scent. This is giving me vibes of Levant, but this one has more musk. Levant is a little more sharp with the rose and the citruses. This one's more musky, more vanilla, more peachy. I think there's a pear in here as well. There's lychee in here. It's like a creamy lychee vanilla, musky. It definitely gives you those vibes because you guys know that the Hedonist extract has that lychee in there as well. It's a little woody, so it gives you vibes of that Hedonist extract as well with the lychee inside, and it is gorgeous. Get your nose on FLEUR NARCOTIQUE. It's a win-win. This is my daughter's favorite fragrance. So I got her the Azora by Attar, by the Attar fragrance line. She's gone through her second bottle of Azora, so I think I'm going to give her or gift her the original FLEUR NARCOTIQUE because they're both a beast. But I think it's time that she's had it since she's on her second bottle. And this is her favorite fragrance, you guys, FLEUR NARCOTIQUE. This is literally a signature scent. She wears this and layers this with Kayali's Vanilla 28. She smells amazing. I love the sillage on her when she mixes this with Vanilla 28 or this alone. Yeah, this is her in a bottle. This is my older daughter, my eldest daughter. So the next one that gets me tons and tons of compliments, it smells like a spicy sangria with berries in there, and that's from the pink berries and a bunch of fruits. It is gorgeous. It's woody, it's spicy, it's ambery, it's warm, and this is the Harmonious, forgot the name already, Hypnotizing Fire. Hypnotizing Fire is my favorite Harmonious aside from Moon Glory. I love them both the same. I cannot figure out which one. Now, I do love Moon Glory though, but this one gives me more compliments than Moon Glory. So Hypnotizing Fire, every time I wear this fragrance, people are like, what do you have on? The sillage is a beast. The trail's amazing. It's intoxicating. But if you want to smell like a warm sangria, a warm spicy sangria with a lot of berries, like blackberries, it smells like black currant. It smells like a bit of a jammy rose. It smells like all the berries, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, you know, mixed with a little bit of a champagne-y sangria and some rose petals, then get Hypnotizing Fire. This is the Parfum. Apparently the EDP is a little different. I know this one is a beast. It's completely unisex because I would love smelling this on anybody, but they love smelling this on me. Hypnotizing Fire by the Harmonious. We have 2 more and then we're all done, y'all. So this is Dark Rose by Octavia Morgan. Somebody told me that this smells like Marc Jacobs Decadence. I've never smelled Marc Jacobs Decadence, but to me, actually I have smelled it, but to me, add a dark velvety rose on top of that. I love, love, love. Demi Rawlings gave me a comment on this one last year at Essence, and then I ended up giving her a travel, but she loves the smell of dark rose. I'm wondering if she wore it all up. You know, maybe I should get her another one if she sees it, or if I see her. So Dark Rose by Octavia Morgan, the oil. You really don't need the perfume, but if you want the perfume, buy the oil, y'all. Or if you don't like putting on oil, because the oil is so projecting. It is amazing, and the perfume is amazing as well. I have the lotion as well, so get the trio, y'all. It is a Black-owned perfume house. She has 2 new fragrances that are going to be coming out, and I have to do a review on this fragrance house. I've smelled one. One is peach inspired and one's vanilla inspired, and they're both beautiful. But Dark Rose smells of a plum, a velvety textured dark rose petals, some vanilla, slightly woody. It is gorgeous. So if you like a plummy dark rose, then try Octavia's Morgan Dark Rose. Love this stuff obsessed. So last but not least is a new one to my edition. But when I tell you, I've worn this fragrance at least 6 times, and that's why I'm putting it in here, even though I received this fragrance towards the end of, or towards the end of November. And this is by Marcelena Stell, and this is Marseille. Une Nuit Parisienne. I hope I picked up the right one. So anyway, Une Nuit Parisienne. This is actually the wrong bottle, but we're going to talk about Une Nuit Parisienne. Une Nuit Parisienne is a dark boozy. There's plum. It's clean. It's cardamom. It's a little spicy. It's vanillic. It's everything. So get your nose on Marseille's. I did do a review on it. Une Nuit Parisienne. You cannot go wrong. I think I heard somebody say that it smelled like another rose fragrance, and I was like, not to me, but okay. Anyway, this was complimented by everybody in New York. I wore this to Scent Explore. I got tons and tons of compliments. Like I said, I layered it with that vanilla essence. Get the vanilla essence, my 2 favorite, Une Nuit Parisienne and vanilla essence. You cannot go wrong with those fragrances. I love them. No, they're not mass appealing, but y'all, if you got taste like me, then you're gonna love those fragrances. No, they don't smell like anything else to my nose. That vanilla essence is a bit sharp in the opening. It gives that citrusy lime and sugar. It is gorgeous, a little spicy, but gives you literally baking vanilla or vanilla extract in the dry down. The lime calms down, and it is beautiful. And then Une Nuit Parisienne, the warm spices, the cardamom, the rose. It's a bit juicy. It's woody. It's fresh. It's all of that. And I think that is it, y'all. That's enough, okay? Anyway, go on to the world, spread amazing, sillage, do good, be good, all of that. And let me know what's your most complimented fragrance of 2024 or fragrances of 2024 down in the comments. All right, bye-bye. Love you guys.